You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 31st of March. India witnessed sharp surge in COVID-19 cases, highest this year. Activist highlights right violations in Balochistan in wake of CPEC. And Sri Lanka expects to finalise domestic debt rework by May. And now for all the details. India witnessed the single-day rise of 3,095 fresh COVID-19 cases in last 24 hours, which has taken the active caseload to 15,208 as of Friday. The Health Ministry data revealed spike of cases were reported from southern Kerala and western state of Maharashtra and Gujarat. Health experts believe the recent spike has been amplified by the absence of social distancing measures following 2 years of reduced cases, while the recent weather conditions have also been optimal for the survival of the virus. Chief Minister of New Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal, on Friday also held a meeting to review the situation in the national capital and said there is no reason to worry. The central government has ordered mock drills in hospitals across the country to test COVID preparedness on April 10 and 11.
तो ओवरऑल दिल्ली में लोगों को घबराने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। सरकार पूरी तरह से नज़र रखे हुए और सरकार पूरी तरह से किसी भी इवेंचुअलिटी को फेस करने के लिए तैयार है।
Death toll rose to at least 35 on Friday after the roof of a stepwell in a temple complex collapsed in India's central Indore city. The incident occurred when hundreds of devotees had gathered to celebrate the Hindu festival of Ram Navami on Thursday. According to government officials, the reason of collapse was amounted to the crowd that led to extra load on it. Reportedly, 16 people were rescued while search for one missing person continued till the last reports came in. Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister said an investigation into the matter had been ordered after he visited the collapse site and also met the injured. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also expressed condolences and announced compensation for the kin of the deceased and those injured.
घटना की जांच के निर्देश दिए है। मजिस्ट्रेट जांच भी होगी जो जिम्मेदारी तय करेगी और पुलिस ने प्रकरण भी पंजीबद्ध कर लिया है। जांच के आधार पर जो भी दोषी होंगे उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई होगी।
At least 5 people have been killed in recent weeks and several injured in Pakistan in stampedes at sites distributing free flour under a government-backed scheme to help families struggling with soaring costs of basic staples. While 4, including 2 women, were killed in Punjab province, 1 death was reported in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, reports suggest. Government records have also revealed about thousands of bags of flour being looted from trucks and distribution points. Residents complain the government-backed scheme has not provided any relief as they are facing multiple hassles at the distribution points.
क्यों ख्वार किया जा रहा है हमें? इससे बेहतर तो ना दें। जलील करने के नहीं है। वो 650 का तोड़ा मिला था वो भी ख़त्म कर दिया इन्होंने। कितनी इज्जत से मिल रहा था वो हमें, वो भी ख़त्म कर दिया। क्या फ़ायदा हमें ऐसे सहूलत देने का?
Costs of basic goods have surged in Pakistan, with flour prices rising over 45% in the past year. The Pakistan government has launched the flour distribution program to reach millions of families in need during the Islamic holy month of Ramadan. The scheme is part of government's efforts to ease the impact of inflation, which is running above 30%, a 50-year high. Moving on. Baloch activist Munir Mengal has raised concern over subjugation of rights of people in Balochistan by Pakistan. He said there has been no end to incidents of enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings in the wake of the CPEC projects.
Munir Mengal, president of the Baloch Voice Association, has said that in Balochistan there is worst kind of subjugation, as he raised concern over enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings of thousands of Baloch people by Pakistani forces over the past several years. Speaking on the sidelines of the UNHRC session in Geneva, Mengal said the Baloch people are struggling even for basic amenities, while Beijing and Islamabad are exploiting natural resources in the region under the garb of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor.
There's no water for the local people. There are no jobs for the local people. And even they have, systematically kept the Baloch away from these CPEC projects. They have made some beautiful buildings for Chinese employees, so they are cordoned off and secured by Pakistani police, FC, army.
Baloch activists blame there has been a sharp rise in human rights violations since the launch of the CPEC project, which has only brought death and destruction for the local people. They accuse Pakistani security forces have been given a free hand to eliminate voices against the illegal project.
Sri Lanka will kick off a reworking of parts of its domestic debt next month and aims to finalize it by May. Central Bank and Treasury officials told creditors during a virtual presentation on Thursday. The cash-strapped country's total local currency debt is equivalent to $36.6 billion, according to the presentation. It owes international bondholders over $12 billion, while external debt with bilateral creditors such as the Paris Club, China and India totals $7.1 billion. The IMF approved a $3 billion bailout for Sri Lanka in March that is expected to catalyze additional support from other multilateral lenders. To that end, the island nation has already frozen public recruitment and has hiked taxes and power tariffs by 66% this year. It will continue to restrict government spending to keep public finances on an even keel, an official said. The healthcare situation in Afghanistan is as deteriorated as any other sector under the Taliban rule. The Afghan people are dependent on humanitarian aid for healthcare as well. WHO, the World Health Organization, in its 26th Health Emergency Status report has revealed almost 828,000 new cases of acute respiratory infections were recorded in February, which affected children under the age of 5 the most. Meanwhile, mild to moderate psychological problems like depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder affect 17% of adults. Afghanistan is currently grappling with a serious humanitarian crisis with the highest number of people in emergency food insecurity in the world. Moreover, the situation of human rights has also worsened since the Taliban's return to power in 2021. A temple elephant in southern India's Karnataka state has become a center of attraction for visitors as it plays football and cricket. Take a look.
A 31-year-old elephant named Mahalakshmi at a temple in India's southern Karnataka state has become a center of attraction as it plays football and cricket. Visitors frequently queue to see the star jumbo and even insist on taking a photo with the elephant. It has been trained over the past 8 months by 2 young men who work as its caretakers at the Katil Sri Durga Parmeshwari temple. Many major temples in southern India have elephant shelters as the animal is a vital part of the socio-economic framework of temple ceremonies and festivals.
एक्सपीरियंस हमारे को तो बचपन से ही एक्सपीरियंस है जो हमारे नाना हो मामू सभी यही काम पे कर रहे हैं.
Excited to see that elephant is so active. It's playing in football, cricket with children.
Elephants are deeply revered in India, where the elephant-headed god Ganesh is one of the most popular in the Hindu pantheon and is also considered lucky. India has more than 50% of Asiatic elephants. However, the population has been dwindling due to frequent poaching for its ivory.
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Good night.